Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Let me just lower the music a bit for us. I hope you are doing well. Welcome in. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and make any requests for your greatest healing good. If you are returning, welcome back and thank you for the ongoing support. And if you're watching this as a recording and you'd like to skip ahead to the healing, go ahead to about the 1 hour point or to where you notice the lights begin to shift and you can enjoy from there. So I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I am here today to build you a beautiful crystal grid exactly to your requests and send you some Reiki. So requests can run the gamut. They can be about things that are physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, or goal-oriented, whatever they might be. We're going to hang out, build this beautiful grid, and then just coast and have a nice relaxing Friday afternoon. As a reminder, I am back at 8 p.m. East Coast US time tonight, and again at 8 p.m. East Coast US time on Sunday. I'm here 5 times a week, so if you'd like to make sure that you have an opportunity to join us, go ahead and click the subscribe button with your notifications on. And if you'd like to learn more about live online Reiki certification courses with me, or to schedule a one-on-one distance session or tarot reading, go ahead and visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com or check the links in the description. So let's go ahead and say hi to everybody and start putting some crystals down. Hey everyone, Vic, Korakar, Chris, good to see you. Lori Curtis, welcome back. Jennifer Vatsa, Dell, welcome, good to see you. And oh, it's good to see everyone. Wonderful. Okay, cool. Yeah, the kitties are here. They are curled up under the under the desk. They were just having bath time before, and now they're having nap time. So let's go ahead and hit some of these requests. I see the first one is, I think I may be cut off by the first message or two. Let me see if I can pull it up over here. No, I can't pull it up. Anything before my anything before my post, I can't read. So the first line of chat that I can see is Del Curtis. So if you put something before Del Curtis saying, hi, Danielle, Hattie, and Gertie, I can't read it. So just putting that out there. Feel free to message me again with your request. Sorry about that. Let's see what we got for requests. So Jennifer, we've got eye pain and swelling from a sty. Oh no. Stress relief and financial stuff. You got it. Okay, cool. So financial stuff, stress relief, and sty for your eye. So let's do I often use Aventurine for the eyes, but I've got let's do Sapphire, also controls the eyes, so we'll work with that. Sapphire is, in addition to being great for the ears and eyes, it is very helpful for channeling and connecting to our spirit guides and helpers, as well as our angels. This is a stone that can be very ungrounding if you've never worked with it before. It's great if you happen to do any kind of channeled stuff or readings for other people. It helps you to describe the messages you're getting in a way that's the most helpful and useful for your querent. It's also great for thyroid health, and some folks even use it for help with things like dementia. But yeah, definitely connected with the ears and the eyes. I also want to put in, for the pain and inflammation, I'm going to throw in some lapis, because that's really good for that. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, great for pain and inflammation. This is also a great stone if you're looking to move up in your career, or if you're looking to have relationships and new connections that are based on honesty, integrity, truthfulness. It's great for vertigo and hearing loss. Helps to aid disorganization and even taking personal responsibility. But yeah, great for pain and inflammation. For financial stuff, I have citrine. Help you manifest some money. Also helps with financial decisions. And balancing logic with intuition. It's one I also use for helping with things like nausea and even fibromyalgia. Citrine can be really helpful too. So I'm going to bring that in. And stress relief. My favorite stress stone is green calcite. Not only does it help calm and soothe, it also helps with the true easing of the anxiety in the body. So when we get stressed out or anxious and we sort of tense up, all of that tension starts to build up in the body, and then we get really tightly wound and even get like knots and aches and pains. This helps even unwind it on that level. But overall, it reassures, it grounds, and it comforts. And it can be great for also just sort of lifting the mood too. So my favorite stress stone, for sure, green calcite. Good stuff. So thank you for being here. I hope you feel better soon. I'm so sorry about your sty. They can be so annoying. Kim Nelson, welcome in. Rachel Leah, welcome in. And stress from relief from West Philly loud season. Yeah, I hear you on that. Vic, you had mentioned, and I'm going to get to everyone's request today. So, Vic, you mentioned someone who has dementia keeps falling and hurting themselves. This is a great stone for dementia, is sapphire. So I've got that there. I've also got epidote can be somewhat helpful for that kind of stuff too. It's more for, epidote is more for Parkinson's, but when it comes to neurodegenerative, this can be helpful too. Anything that has to do with the brain, really. But for the rest of us, also helps with the nervous system, the skin, and overall recovering from illness and injury. This is, again, hopefully a good stone for the person that you're talking about. But this is one I often use for helping navigate sort of my inner landscape. I have some negative self-talk. This can help break that up too. So this is epidote. And last but not least for that, I'm going to also bring in chevron amethyst. Anything that's degenerative or gets worse over time, chevron amethyst can really help. It's also great for the same thing that, the other thing that sapphire is great for, connecting to spirit, channeling, getting messages from your guardian angels and your guides. This is chevron amethyst, and these sort of white stripes that you see in there, that's the chevron they're talking about. This can also be great for anything where you're connecting with your spirit guides and helpers. So whether you're seeing them, hearing them, or just feeling them around, this can be a great stone to work with. But yeah, anything that is degenerative, whether it's neurodegenerative or if it has to do with your bones degenerating, whatever the case might be, that can be a healthy stone to work with. But I'm so sorry to hear about that. My great-grandmother had dementia, so yeah. But lots of love. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting some good requests in here. female health and wellness. A lot of requests for sleep. I did not sleep well either. Let's see. Iolite and labradorite will help us with sleep. And we'll do pink tourmaline. This is great for anything that has to do with hormones in general for anyone. So this will definitely impact the thyroid positively too. I did see that request. But this is, like I said, hormones, no matter who, no matter what gender, any of it. Pink tourmaline is great for that, even like onset of puberty. But especially when it comes to women, it's great for any kind of gynecologic issue that you might have, from PCOS to endometriosis to anything else. It's also a really good stone for muscle weakness, redeveloping your self-image to be more positive, as well as mom and baby bonding too. It's also good for migraine as well as neuralgia. So that's nerve pain. So let's go ahead and bring that in. Iolite and labradorite are both great at helping sleep. Particularly, iolite is also great at helping lose weight if you're struggling with weight gain. And I did see a request about that. This also helps money management, but in general, if you have sleep disturbances, especially like spiritually or energetically, if you find it difficult to ground before bedtime, this can be a really helpful stone for sleeping. But yeah, any kind of imagining or visualization work, this is a great stone to work with. So this is iolite. And let's see. Labradorite is, like I said, also great for sleep, but this is also great for clairvoyance. This is seeing what our eyes can't see. So whether you're dreaming or divining or meditating, this can help your spiritual sense of sight. It's also great for calming disputes and doing any kind of research and study that involves a lot of fine detail and lots of fine attention. Any kind of work that involves finding an error in a lot of data and a lot of information. So I often recommend this to friends of mine that do things like coding, for example. This can be really helpful. Or if you're planning on being on the struggle bus tonight and tomorrow doing your taxes at the last minute, this might be a really helpful stone to get all of that done. But it also helps with joy and travel and, again, very detailed attention. So we'll put that there. But yeah, that can help with sleep. So I hope that helps everyone. Throat chakra, working with the inner child. Yep. Blue lace agate. For the throat chakra, and working with the inner child, there's a lot of different stones we can use for the throat chakra, but blue lace agate came up right away, especially when doing inner child work. Blue lace agate is a very gentle, very supportive stone of the throat, and that's where we express our emotions, ideas, and experiences. This is one that helps soften that, so it makes it easier to say things that are difficult to say, and it makes it easier to say things that you know are going to be difficult for the other person to hear. So this can be really helpful for the throat, even skin allergies, tension, headache. But yeah, especially when it comes to communication, especially tender communication, like if you're doing inner child work, this can be helpful. And for doing inner child work specifically, I have moss agate for you. It's a very physical and a very spiritual stone. On the physical level, it helps with all kinds of infection, whether it's bacterial, fungal, viral. It helps anything that's spreading through the body quickly, or as they would say in Chinese medicine, has wind. But this is also great for any kind of part work, whether you're connecting with your higher self or your inner child, either one. It also helps with connection with nature, fears of the unknown, and unconditional love. But it definitely is very supportive for you to connect and heal in a deep and meaningful way. So very good for connection to spirit. So that is moss agate. So I hope that that helps. And let's see. Kim Nelson requests forgiveness. Let's bring in aquamarine. This is great for forgiveness, whether it's the I forgive you to give you another chance, or the I give you to set myself free kind, whatever kind it might be. This can be very helpful. It also helps to deflect pettiness and people who are already aggrieved and looking for someone to take it out on. We often jokingly call it the anti-Karen stone. But yeah, this is definitely great for forgiveness. Also, teeth and gums and any kind of fluid movement in the body can be really helpful for that. On a justice perspective, this is often linked with justice and may justice prevail. So this is aquamarine. And stress relief, we have the green calcite. And we did sleep. Healing gums, teeth, digestion, and nervous system. Okay, good. So Rachel, nervous system, definitely epidote. Teeth and gums, definitely aquamarine. Digestion. Let's bring in some Dalmatian jasper. This is good for whatever the case might be with your digestion, whether it's things like Crohn's or acid or whatever the case might be, can be really helpful. But it also helps to clear the energy around the body. It's basically black tourmaline or streaks of black tourmaline running through jasper. And black tourmaline helps to deflect negative energy. So it deeply cleans our energy field. It's also great if you want to bring about an ambiance of cooperation. This can be a really, really great stone for that. So I'm going to bring this in. And I'm also going to bring in one more for the teeth and gums. There we go. I'm going to bring in howlite too. Howlite is good for hair, skin, bones, teeth, really. It's excellent for all of them. It's thought to help strengthen the bones and the teeth and help the body to absorb calcium in ways that's most effective. Like, that's the intention that we'll set behind placing these. It's also great for anger and resentment and even frustration. It helps us to take those really intense feelings, drop down the intensity for just a minute, and think a little more clearly about how we can deal with whatever's leaving us to feel this way. So that is howlite. Okay. And I'm so glad you are here. Hyperthyroid and cardiovascular help. Art style and technique, completing art projects. So let's do that. So sapphire is good for thyroid. do... There we go. So we already have one for thyroid, but I wanted to bring in metabolism to help support that part of the thyroid issue. But this is Herkimer Diamond. So this is great for manifesting, relaxation, which we could all use, and kind of being in the present moment. It's also great for harmonizing energies that are just kind of out of balance. And like I said, balance is metabolism. So I hope that this helps. It certainly can't hurt. If anyone has anything that they're manifesting, this is a stone that can help you to send that request up to the divine and to help you hear any response. We've also got, for the creativity, I wanted to bring in sodalite and carnelian for you. And I know we've done this pairing for you before, but with creativity, I feel like carnelian helps at the source, at the sacral, which we'll go into in a minute, but sodalite helps us to express. And that's really where the expression that comes out through artwork or music or spoken word, whatever that might be, that's really through the throat. So sodalite can really help us to convey what we're getting across. Blue lace agate's not going to hurt either, but sodalite is excellent for conveying a message. So we'll bring this in. And carnelian works with the sacral. The sacral chakra is basically just beneath the navel, and it's the color orange, and it relates to quite a bit, but particularly it relates to creativity. In this case, it also relates to relationships, sexuality, fertility, and also just how we relate to other people, not just in romantic relationships, but family, coworkers, colleagues, neighbors. But yeah, superb for the creativity center. This can be very balancing and helpful. So this is carnelian. Support for your stepdad's colon cancer, absolutely. So rutilated quartz is what we usually use. Oh, hey, Susan, good to see you. Awesome. Okay, gotcha. Intention for safe road trip to South Carolina. Anxiety about to car travel. Absolutely. I will put in some tourmalinated quartz and some moonstone for you, for sure. So right here is rutilated quartz. This is one that we often use to support folks that are going through cancer, because the rutils are thought to take the intention of sending the energy exactly where it's most needed. So if you're getting cancer treatments, this is like the crystal equivalent of all of us kind of intending that the energy go exactly where it needs. It's also helpful with bringing back your energy stores. So when you are really in between sessions or anything like that, and you get really sleepy or tired or just run down, this can help energize you once again. But yeah, this is great for anyone who feels sleepy or wants to bring focus to the mind or hone the body-mind connection. So lots of love to Cora Carr's stepdad. Rutilated quartz has been a pretty popular gift recommendation for people with cancer for some decades. Oh. Goodness, it's a late in the afternoon for a yawn. Let's do... tourmalinated quartz and Moonstone. Both of these are great for protection during travel. Moonstone is also great for connection to the divine feminine, as well as women's health and just old wisdom in general. And I definitely did see the request for wisdom, and this is what I was going to reach for. Moonstone is connected with the moon, and the lunar cycles control the tides. So it very much controls water, and water element is connected with emotions. So it's a stone that can help with our emotions for sure. This is also one that helps us to feel in touch with the natural rhythms and cycles in nature, and helps us to accept divine timing even when it's not our ideal timing. It's also great at attracting love. So we will bring this in. And lots of love and protection to Susan and Greg on their way to South Carolina. And I got into crystals, Vic, when I was little. I've always loved stones. Always loved stones. So like, I was that weird kid in the early 80s. It's like, I just want to play with rocks. Just want to play with rocks. And look, I'm 42. Nothing's changed. I just want to play with rocks. So yeah, that's how I got into them. And then I just kind of did my own thing all those years. So, excuse me again. I'm so happy to have all of you here and a way to share them all with you. This has been just a blast. 6-year-old Danielle would have been so excited. And she still is. She still is. Tourmalinated quartz, like I said, can help with protection during travel. But it can help in a lot of other ways too. Tourmalinated quartz is black tourmaline going through clear quartz, much like with Dalmatian jasper, but in this case through quartz. And it's thought to help break things up, so scar tissue, whether that's emotional scar tissue, physical scar tissue on or in the body, any of that kind of stuff. This helps break that up. It also helps break up the energy of like old thinking, limiting beliefs, and helps to let go of old pain and trauma, especially from childhood. It's also great for bringing about good fortune and luck and finding a new job. Whether it's a new full-time job and you're fully transitioning, or you're getting like a side gig or some passive income or anything like that, this can help you find it. So definitely helpful in a lot of ways and very protective of travel, especially by car. So I hope that helps. Harmony with housemates and family, definitely the Dalmatian jasper and the carnelian for sure. Healing for teeth and joints and back pain. Goddess of Four, it's good to see you. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. We definitely have the teeth covered with aquamarine and howlite. Howlite covers joints, including the back. Let's bring in some amazonite though. Amazonite is soothing and calms the nerves, but it's also great for the spine and spinal nerves. This is a stone we often use here for self-care reminders, especially for people who tend to be the folks who take care of everyone else and think of themselves last. Amazonite can be a real reminder that we need to take care of ourselves if we're going to have anything left to share, and also reminds us that we are worthy of all of the love and respect and care we show others. So, Amazonite. And I hope this helps your back. Also, lapis is there, which helps pain and inflammation. I'm also going to bring in peridot. This was on the request list from Chris. This covers losing weight as well as prosperity and friendship and fidelity. This is a great stone that also helps digestive issues. So this hits a lot of notes for us today. Definitely helps with digestive issues too, but also the most important thing that this can do is help us to break up patterns and beliefs that aren't serving us any longer and start to make new plans that are different and not repeating those old cycles. It also helps us to shore up the friendships that keep us being our best self. So this is Peridot. Let's see, emotional stability, absolutely. Oh, and cardiovascular for Korakar. This can help cardiovascular if it's a matter of blockages. The tourmalinated quartz is thought to help with breaking up blockages. Of course, I say this a lot, but perhaps there's not too much to say it. Crystals and Reiki, they're an amazing complement. They're not meant to be a replacement for anything. I take medicine, I go to the doctors, I do all the things I possibly can for my wellness, and Reiki and meditation and crystals and all of these things really, really help me. So I hope that they help you too. And however you feel, you can be your authentic self in here. You don't have to phrase things in the positive. You can simply be here, let your hair down, and we can support you wherever you happen to be for as much as we can anyway. So another one for heart is the Unakite. This is also great for women's health and reproductive health, which was requested, but when it comes to the heart, it helps with heart circulation and body fluids. It's also indicated for metabolism. So this might help the thyroid issue too, or at least the impacts of it, if not the actual issue itself. But yeah, this can also be connected to any amount of hormonal stuff, especially with women, whether it's fertility, prenatal, postnatal, all of it. But yeah, so I hope that this helps. It's also a good stone for addiction and recovery, especially quitting smoking. So if anyone's on their quit smoking or quit anything else journey, I hope this supports you and finds you well. Lori. Oh, thank you, Lori. And Rachel Leah. Just dusted your tumbled crystals, your favorite chore. I love that chore. Being grounded in the body, absolutely. And Jade, Ruby, Larimar, Opal. Gotcha. So for being grounded in the body, we'll start with some red jasper. This is great for grounding and emotional support, but very much for grounding. It's very empowering. It's psychic and spiritual protection. It helps us connect with the earth that we're on so that we feel more connected with our needs and our ability to meet those needs. It's also great to fight injustice and bullying, and also great for things like depression and fertility. So that's red jasper. Opal is sacred to the shaman, and opal it's basically something that helps to keep us covered and hidden from anything that would do us harm while we're doing our spiritual purpose. So very protective, very cloaking, and also has an air of guidance around it too. So that's opal. Larimar helps us to step into our spiritual and soul's purpose with a certain amount of confidence. It helps to remind us that our spiritual path isn't going to look like anyone else's. It is going to feel like a pioneering trip because it's meant to be. It's meant to be different the way that you do it versus anyone else doing it. So very encouraging. It does help to take the ego and put it in a healthy kind of place while that's happening as well, but definitely great for encouraging us to strike out our individuality and our uniqueness on our spiritual path. So, Larimar. Just put that one there. Whoop. Why not have a little bit more in here? Whoop. Make a mess here. There we go. Ruby helps with the courage to be ourself and gives us quite a bit of guidance and support in leadership and management roles. It's a very loving stone. And there's a link between this and care for fibromyalgia. So this is beautiful ruby. Such a stunning stone, even without being carved into something beautiful. Just beautiful on its own. Let's see. And jade. This is nephrite jade. Jade comes in a number of colors, including this darker green, and jade is good for good fortune and blessings in every aspect of life, from finances to relationships and love to family to career and community. This is just blessings on your way in every regard. So I absolutely love jade. There's a reason it's so well loved. I'm going to go ahead and do my best to slide here. There we go. So I have it under the grid, so it's definitely there. Hey Lisa, I hope you're well. Green Aventurine, clear quartz, garnet, and Tibetan quartz. I have to step away for a minute to go get some Aventurine because I was doing some photography with it just a few moments ago. So I hope you don't mind. Hang on one moment. Let me actually take a peek at the crystals while I'm gone. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. So, Aventurine helps with expanding our vision of our future. It takes our limitations that we've put on ourselves, and it helps us to notice them and move beyond them. It's also great for heart rhythms, as well as allergies and fertility, as well as eye problems. So definitely for Jen, and also for Elisa, I believe it was for your mother or sister for the eyes. So yeah, so this is green aventurine. Let's do love green aventurine. And Tibetan Quartz is superb for really working with connecting to your guides and spirits. It's a deeply spiritual, deeply intuitive stone. And it looks somewhat like Herkimer diamond. It is a natural double terminated or two-pointed quartz that formed exactly this shape underground, unlike the amethyst that I showed you that's cut into those shapes, naturally formed into this shape. With these Tibetan quartz that are these natural double terminated, there's usually an inclusion inside, and this is no different. So you can actually see there is an inclusion. And here, this one actually also has a VUG, V-U-G. That means that as the stone was forming, at some point, there was something in its way, a piece of organic matter. And over time, that organic matter rotted and disintegrated, and it's left a void within the stone. So yeah, this is Tibetan Quartz, exceptional for connecting with your spirit guides. There we go. Seems like no matter what I do, this grid just keeps getting messier and messier. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. And you also wished for clear quartz and garnet. And then I want to get to Chris's requests. Great stuff. So we've got let's see. So Dell, you requested clear quartz, and here it is. Clear quartz is superb as sort of a blank slate, but also a booster packet. This sort of empowers the stones around it to be even a little bit stronger. It can empower any particular crystal or crystals to send even more of their healing energy, and kind of strengthens it. It's also great to see it as sort of a blank slate and as a placeholder for any crystal that you can't get, or if you want to make some kind of a talisman for yourself with your own meaning in mind. Clear quartz can hold that memory. So if you want to make a crystal that has a particular set of healing properties, you can essentially just program your own. So this is clear quartz. If you have one crystal and you're like, I have this tiny crystal and I want it to do all these things, put it on a small piece of clear quartz or near clear quartz, and that can help kind of amp up the energy. Garnet helps with organization, courage, and productivity. So especially if you're looking at a project or some kind of new venture. This is a stone that it lends you that grounded courage to say, I'm going to look at this and see what's the best way I can do this. I'm going to get to that goal, and I'm going to see how quick I can get there and how easily I can get there. This is a stone that helps you to see the ways in which you can be more effective with your time as well. It's a very Capricorn stone. It's January's birthstone after all. But yeah, it also helps with unlocking creativity to some extent too. So definitely helpful for Korakar as well. So we'll bring this in. I love garnet. It helps me so much. It is my birthstone. I'm definitely a Capricorn sun sign. And yes, I am wearing right now garnet bracelet. So here's some more garnet. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay, great. This is for Chris. And this is very much needed for this grid. This is hematite. Hematite, superb for grounding. So this definitely is another stone right along red jasper that helps us to feel the earth beneath us and also helps us to release the energy that we no longer need. The energy that we release from our body just as a natural course of living our lives is thought to release through the feet and into the earth to be recycled and transmuted. This helps facilitate that, making that more easy. It can also help us to feel physically heavy and connected to the earth when we're too much in manifestation and spiritual stuff and we need to take care of our basic needs. Hematite is superb. It's very physically heavy. It has a high iron content. And it can help absorb things that we're letting go of too. Blue kyanite helps us with self-acceptance and understanding any kind of spiritual message, from dreams to card readings. It can help. It's also thought to help with certain neurological issues, especially if they impact mobility or speech. But most of all, this is a stone that I think of when I think of like radical self-acceptance, being proud of yourself, exactly who you are and how you are, which is so much more of an empowering place to choose to make change from than self-loathing. So definitely blue kyanite, a very powerful healing stone. We've also got pyrite, which helps with manifesting financial abundance. We'll put it in there with our citrine. But more than anything, I use this stone for protection at the same time as opening up to intuition. It's a bit of a mixed message to say, like, I want to be open to getting these intuitive messages, but I also don't want to get these kind of messages or requests. And this is a stone that can help hold that boundary. Yes, I'm open to receiving messages, but not these kind. So this is a great stone if you're learning to work with intuition for the first time, or a new style or method of connecting with your intuition. This can help you hold that boundary. It's also great for fever, the lungs, and brain and memory. So it's good for all those things. And yes, how do I remember all the stones? A lot of times I can feel what they are. Like if I close my eyes when I'm talking, I'm feeling the stone and I'm sort of channeling what it's got going on in it. But also don't think that I've got the perfect memory, because I don't. I do write crib notes. It's totally okay. We're grown-ups now. Life is an open book test. Write yourself a crib note. It's fine. So yeah, so that is pyrite. Pyrite is fool's gold. Fool's gold, may you bring the real gold. And aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite. This is two types of calcite that combine to share both of their properties. The blue is very much aligned with our crown and our upper chakras, and specifically our soul star chakra, which is above our crown. Our soul star chakra encompasses everything that we can envision of our own potential, everything that's connected to our highest potential, and every way that we connect to it is soul. It's like a soul star. So this helps to optimize the flow there, the blue calcite. The aragonite, the tan and brown in here, connect with the root and the earth star chakra. The earth star chakra is beneath the root, and that encompasses all of the energies of moving forward with our soul's purpose. So showing up in action, showing up in the places, doing the work, doing the things. So this is a great stone to balance both sides of your energy field. Like I'm connected to spirit and I sense and I know, and I'm connected to earth and I show up and I do. It's a very balanced bunch. So I'm going to bring this in. Let's see, let's put this here and here and here and here. And, oh, Del, you're so welcome for going to get the Aventurine. You're on the 8th of January. I'm on the 15th. That's awesome. January peoples. I love it, Del. Happy to get it. Happy to get it. It was just across the room. Hey, Brindley, I hope you're well. Let's see. Lisa's intentions, Mother's Vertigo. We've got Lapis for the vertigo. Sister's Sight, we have Aventurine, and we have Sapphire, which also helps the eyes. And Brother's Knees, Howlite, and everyone else's hearts. Unikite, and what else did we do for cardiac? Yeah, Unikite, and tourmalinated quartz. You have fiber. That stinks. For you, still the UTI, so Mookite. And definitely, we have a couple for fibromyalgia. Pink tourmaline is thought to be really helpful for that. And that's one that I've definitely done some more research to see what helps that. But I have a friend that has it, and I asked her, like, any particular crystals work well for you? And she says, yeah, pink tourmaline. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I've been finding the research on. So that's the first one I tend to go to for that now. But that's in the center. And for Mookite, Mookite also goes by Australia Jasper. And this stone helps with accepting change as well as making decisions. So I know sometimes when things are shifting and we kind of know it is, and we're like a little bit frozen in surprise, in shock, or fear, it can be really hard to make any decisions until you've accepted that the change needs to happen. And so you almost end up at this impasse of like, I feel like I can't make a decision because I don't know what's happening, and I kind of don't want to know what's happening because then I'd have to make a decision. Mookite. But it's also helpful for bladder pain. So for your UTI, we'll bring in some Australia Jasper. We'll put some here and here. And I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad everybody sounds like things are on the mend a little bit. Violet Integration, good to see you. Rhodonite. Ooh, Black Moonstone. Yay, let's do that. Clarity through difficult times, emotional times. Oh, wow. Absolutely. Violet Integration, reach out to me. I'll send to you on Wednesday too. Absolutely. So let's see. Rhodonite. Black Moonstone. And clarity through difficult emotional times. And someone did write emotional stability. I think it was Vic. I'll bring this out. And Yeah, so emotional stability. We have lepidolite or lithium mica. There it is. This is great for helping balance, soothe, calm, and understand the emotions. It like dials it back so you can kind of see it a little bit from a distance. It also helps bring attention to any thought patterns that need to be released. And it's usually seen as a stone that can help you decide, should I stay, should I go? This is lithium mica. Lithium is a mental health prescription as much as it is a natural element, and the Greeks were using it, and we use it today. It doesn't mean that I would necessarily recommend plunking this in water and drinking it, because it absolutely has a big impact on the body, even in small amounts, and not everyone finds it to be of medicinal use. So we're working with the spiritual and energetic impact of this stone, not the physical isotopes of putting them in water. So this definitely brings about emotional stability and clarity. So lots of love to you there. We also had the request of rhodonite. This helps with unrequited love, breakups, end of a relationship, and even grieving the loss of a partner. It's also great for the lungs, but also superb for moving past insecurities and growing emotionally, as well as like helping the heart to heal after a breakup or end of a relationship, so that you can open your heart again at some point later on. So it's beautiful for that. But yeah, also good for allergies and autoimmune stuff. And I don't know anyone with allergies that's not miserable right now in in the Philly area. So this goes to you as well. Let's see, where shall we place you? We almost need a bigger boat. Almost. Absolutely. Black Moonstone I love it. So Moonstone and Labradorite are absolutely related. Rainbow Moonstone, that sort of white moonstone, is actually white Labradorite. Black Moonstone is this sort of darker moonstone, like as opposed to peach or white or any of the other colors it comes in. This is like a shadow healing kind of stone, but also very spiritually guided. So I look at Moonstone, traditional Moonstone that we normally use, as very related to the High Priestess in the tarot deck. I see this as the High Priestess with a bit of the Magician. It's a bit more hands-on, getting the work done, but definitely inner reflection at the same time. So it's a great shadow work stone. It's also great for taking the intuitions that we're getting, taking the things that we've learned in connecting to ancient spiritualities and things, and putting them to use. So Black Moonstone, but also very healing for the divine feminine and for women in general too. A lot of folks consider this to be a great women's empowerment stone too. There we go. We'll leave that there for now. Now we'll put that closer to the center there. And for sort of emotional support in difficult times, I'm going to bring in Bloodstone, which also goes by heliotrope. This is one of my two emotional stuff hits the fan stones for sure. This is one that helps to lift despair, brings in emotional stamina and resilience to help you get through something that's really challenging that might go on a while. red jasper can help with that to an extent as well. This can also help to relieve self-doubt and help to calm a racing mind, particularly if your mind gets away from you while you're meditating and things. But if just like your reaction to stress and all of the emotions is to have a racing mind, this can be really helpful. So again, this is bloodstone, which also goes by heliotrope. And so last but not least, and I think we're running out of room in this corner, is going to be to help the getting better for violet integration. So let's go ahead and do shungite. We have epidote, which is helpful for getting better after surgery, injury, things like that. I'm also going to bring in shungite because that helps. It helps with physical recovery and tissue repair, so that's helpful. But it also helps to release stress, emotional pain, and emotional blocks. And it helps to clear your energy field, especially of a lot of fear-based energy, like if you're worried about the surgery, and can help shield you from geopathic stress and electromagnetic smog. So if you're somebody who's really sensitive to, say, the energy that comes off of computers and things like that, this will also help. But this helps to like deeply release a lot of stress and helps you heal up quicker from illness, injury, or surgery. So that's shungite. So let's see. I think we are good. So yeah, and given time, I think we are going to, as I describe what Reiki is and a little of how it works, I'm going to have you all go ahead and head to the chat and share something, anything that you are grateful for. And that will help lift the energy while I get us all ready to experience some Reiki. If you have not already, please do consider hitting the like button. And if you have been here before, especially, and now is a good time to say, I don't know, use the loo, good time, because we're getting ready to lay down and get some Reiki. So go ahead and share those, share those gratitudes in the chat. And I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, and then we're going to get into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I teach Usui Reiki. And I have been for a little over 14 years now. So Usui Reiki is a practice that was developed by Mikao Usui, hence the name, in early 1920s Japan. And it is deeply spiritual, yet very secular, which was very important in Japan in those days. So the style of working with energy that Usui developed has his name, but there have been practices of working with this energy as far back as humans go, much farther back than we have written history. But what is energy? The best way we can describe that is to look at the indigenous spirituality of Japan, known as Shintoism, and that'll kind of shed some light on how Usui would have viewed this. So in Shintoism, everything has a soul. Everyone has a soul. Everything has a soul. And so that's the animals, the plants, the trees, the earth. Everything has a soul. And all of our souls are inextricably linked, and there's energy flowing between everyone. One of these energies that's flowing between everyone is a force from spirit, however you define it. and it is a spiritually guided soul energy, often translated to a spiritually guided life energy. And that's what Reiki translates to. So it's this concept of an energy that we all have access to. This particular soul-based energy is helpful to our body, mind, and spirit. And our body, mind, and spirit are working with this energy all the time to bring about the greatest amount of balance it can, moment to moment. Working with Reiki intentionally allows me to essentially connect to that energy and direct more of it to you, helping your body, mind, and spirit do what it's already doing, but even better. So you can set intentions like we already have, or if you haven't set any, you don't have to. An intention to have an open heart and mind is perfectly fine, but you can set intentions at any time. During the session, like I said, I'll connect with this energy and I'll direct more of it to you. Even though it's one that's flowing through your body all the time, this may feel palpably different. You may sense and feel different sensations in your physical body. You may have some emotions rise up or be released. You may have some mental clutter get sorted, or you may have a chance to think some things through, or you may have a spiritual experience or just a sudden download of what you need to do next. Whatever the case might be, your session is going to be completely unique to you, and each is completely different. It's pretty common to feel like you're going to fall asleep. Perfectly timed yawn. And if you feel like you're going to fall asleep during the session, I highly encourage you to just go ahead and do it. I am going to, in addition to connecting with the Reiki and sending it to you wherever you happen to be, I'm going to turn the lights down. They'll move slowly and gently from one color to the next, so you don't have to worry about any strobing. And there's going to be some music turned up. So if you would like to listen to that music again on your own time, there's a beautiful link at the bottom of the description so that you can find our beautiful content creator that has made music for us. So thank you for being here. During the session, it will last 25 minutes. At the end, you will hear my voice come back in. I'll encourage you to take a deep breath in and out, slowly come back to your body. And at that point, I'll reopen the chat and I'll happily take any questions or any experiences that you felt super inclined to share. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and call it a good day for now. And I'll be back at 8 p.m. tonight. One more yawn. My goodness. Maybe I need a Reiki nap. I get my Reiki sessions on Monday. But during the session, if you feel like you need to get up, move, get something to adjust, you absolutely can. You don't need to sit perfectly still or lay down perfectly still, though you certainly can. If you feel like you need to move around or journal or take a few stretches, absolutely do that. This is your time for some self-care. And just as I'm sending Reiki to all of you wherever you happen to be, if you're watching this on the video, know that I will connect this Reiki to you whenever you happen to be. Just be open to receiving it. And if you're here live and I'm not live and you want to get some Reiki, go ahead and check out our past live stream healing, and you can enjoy any past healing. There's almost 300 of them now. You can just go ahead and get comfy at home and enjoy them anytime that it suits you. So if you want to, go ahead and subscribe with your notifications on. You won't miss an opportunity to join us live. And there's nothing I'm doing here that you can't learn how to do. So if you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, go ahead and visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com or check out the links in the description. So let's go ahead back in and see what everyone's really always beautiful and inspiring gratitudes included and get into that session. Ooh, pretty. Oh, I love these. Yeah. Ooh. I'm also grateful for Brinley's continuous desire to show up even when you want to wallow. I know that's not easy. Oh, these are beautiful. Thank you. So everybody go ahead, get comfortable. Feel free to cover your eyes if you want to, but this is all about you. So get comfortable in any way that it works. I will send Reiki for the next 25 minutes. And the next thing you'll hear from our side, aside from the music, is going to be my voice encouraging you to take a few breaths and come on back. I'm always happy to answer your questions, even after the stream is ended. You can use the comments or you can email me through my website. But thank you so much for being here with me today. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this Reiki with all of you. I will see you in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the room that you're in. If you need, wiggle your fingers and toes. Slowly come back. Thank you so much for being here today. It is an absolute honor and pleasure. I'm so grateful to have you. If you have any questions or anything to share, I invite you to go ahead and use the chat. You're so welcome, Jennifer. You're welcome, Goddess of Four. Apologies for the West Philly sounds of the summer in the background there. Hi, W. I hope you're well. Absolutely, Brindley. Absolutely. You're so welcome, Susan. I hope you and Greg have a wonderful time. I really do. You're welcome, Lisa. All the best to you and your family. And of course, as a reminder, I will be back at 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time today and 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time on Sunday. For those of you who didn't notice, there is a poll up right now on the community tab. I will start uploading, I believe it will be weekly, a pre-recorded video in addition to the live streams, and wanted some insight on what day you would like to have it. A day I'm not otherwise here, so Monday, Thursday, or Saturday. So you could also just say, it doesn't matter, I'll get to it when I get to it. But if you have any feelings on that one way or the other, go ahead to the community tab and let me know when you would like that one to drop. I hope everyone has a lovely weekend too, Lori. Thank you so much for that. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and start bringing the stream to a close, unless anyone has any additional questions or anything. I love this grid. It's like a really wonderful blend of very grounding, very etheric, and then very practical. It's a very spiritual but very grounded kind of grid. It just has a really good vibe to it. Yeah, it's like 80 something degrees here in Philly. It's wild. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wind down here. Lots of love, W. It's wonderful seeing you. It's always wonderful seeing you. But lots of love, everyone. I hope that you stay well. I hope to see you again soon. Take care. If you think of any other questions, leave a comment or reach out through my website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.